Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is HOOTMONEY here with another video for you guys today. Today we are going to be talking about ticker symbol NTLA, also known as Intellia Therapeutics. Intellia Therapeutics is a genomic research company where they do different types of genetic therapies. Well, if you haven't already caught the joke, it's not actually called Intellia Therapeutics. I looked at the ticker symbol and I saw NTLA. I was like, oh, that's Nutella, but it's not. It's Intellia Therapeutics, who had quite the weekend this week with some awesome news and just general awesome news for the genomics industry. So that's always awesome because I'm invested in a few genomic stocks myself, and they also benefited from this news. So it's all around just great news for that industry. So I cannot explain how beyond ecstatic I am, because this industry is going to change the world. Like, forget about stocks. Genetic therapies is going to save lives throughout our lifetimes, and I'm just so happy for that. So anyways, guys, if you guys want to talk more about stocks, use those links in the description in the pinned comment section to join my Discord channel, where we talk about stocks almost every single day. So definitely check out that Discord channel if you haven't already. We love you guys. Our community is awesome. We talk there every day during market open. We're there talking about different plays and different money making things. So definitely join that community if you haven't already. Also, give me that early like on the video, as liking the video is the #1 thing you guys can do to help me out here on this channel. So if you guys like that video, I will be highly appreciative. Anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so here we are in after hours. We're looking at Intellia Therapeutics. You can see it was up over 50% on the day and slightly down in after hours, but that doesn't even matter because it was up so much on today's date. Now, it's not only up today, it's up on the week 62%, on the month 77%, on 3 months 107%, and on 1 year 534%. 1 year ago today was trading at $20 per share. Today sitting at $131 per share. So if you're a long-term investor in this stock, make sure you congratulate yourself, because that has been an absolute amazing run by this stock. So definitely congratulate yourself if you're an early investor in this stock. Now we're gonna have to take a look at some better technical analysis. Obviously, Robinhood charting is not the best. You can see we're having a Fibonacci retracement of the day. So once it reached its high, it bounced all the way down to the 38.2% level, and then now it's settling around the 23.6% level, which is actually pretty strong. Sometimes you'll see this thing go all the way down to the 50% level, which it did at first, but it bounced back, and it's been seeing higher levels where it's settled down throughout the day. So I think that is very, very bullish. People are very, very bullish about this stock, which brings me into the next thing, which is the FinViz. So as you guys can see, Intellia is here on the screen, and we're going to look at some of its statistics. So the first thing that stands out to me is the price to sales ratio of 115, which does show that you're paying a premium for this stock. But when you compare it to one of its competitors, which is CRISPR Therapeutics, you can see that their price to sales is 9,497. So you're definitely getting a better deal on Intellia Therapeutics. Intellia, sorry, I keep saying that joke. Anyways, it's much lower in terms of price to sales. So right off the bat, you can see it as a better deal than a stock like CRISPR Therapeutics, which is definitely one of the bigger names in this genomics industry. They're not too strong in terms of return on assets and return on equity. That's the other thing that sticks out to me. And then they have a short float of around 10%, which has been going down over the past month in anticipation of this. So there might have been a little bit of a short squeeze, but I don't think it's too much of a short squeeze stock. Anyways, you can see here on June 28th, 2021, H.C. Wainwright reiterated their buy signal, and they gave a new price target of $171. Now, with this stock sitting at $131.35, this new price target of $171 is still a large target, and you can see some large upside if it does hit that target. Now, my personal opinion, by looking at some of their financial statements, such as their balance sheet and income statement, yes, I think this stock is trading at a premium, and it's pricing in a lot of future growth, but not as much as some of these other genomics companies. So if you're bullish on genomics, this wouldn't be a bad company to pick up. But with all that being said, anything that goes up 50% in a day, I like to classify that as high risk, just because if you bought it a day ago, you would have been up 50% today. So a lot of people would be selling, especially those short-term swing traders. They were probably in it for the clinical trials and now maybe selling. So there's always the chance of even a small pullback. Although we did look at those Fibonacci levels and it did seem to really hold up. So I am not sure what's going to happen. I'm not a day trader, so I'm not going to predict what's going to happen in the short term. But in the long term, this thing is definitely pricing in a lot of future growth, but it's undervalued compared to its peers. So if you're bullish on the genomics industry as a whole, this could definitely be a great stock. If you'd like up to $70 in free stock just for signing up and depositing at least $1, use the links in the description or in the pinned comment section to sign up for Public. Public is a stock investing brokerage / social media, and what I mean by that is you can buy and sell and invest in long-term stock picks and make some money on the platform. But you can also post on the platform as if it were a Twitter. So I like to compare this as a mix between Twitter and Robinhood. However, it's nothing like Robinhood. The only thing that's similar to Robinhood is that it has a very clean, easy to use user interface, but it doesn't sell your trading data. They don't do any payment for order flow. They rely off of your tips alone as customers, so you know they're going to be giving you the best customer service possible. And for all those reasons, I am bullish on Public. Anyways, you get up to $70 in free stock just for signing up using those links below and using code HOOTMONEY, but make sure you guys deposit $1 because I've seen people not get their stock before because they haven't deposited at least $1, so you got to do that before signing up. Anyways, let's get right back into the video. Anyways, we got this article from Barron's over the weekend on Saturday, and this was when that clinical trial took place and there was massive success, and it's titled "Gene Editing Data Looks Good for Intellia, How It Made History." And we scroll down right here, you can see that the treatment reduced blood levels of harmful ATTR protein by an average of 87%, with one patient seeing a 96% drop after the first month. And this was higher than the expectations. They didn't know how this trial would go, and they used a very low dose and saw a huge reduction of this ATTR protein. So that is very, very good from my eyes. Obviously, I'm not an expert in this field. I pretty much know nothing about science, but when I see a large reduction from a low dose, my common sense indicator says that's good, and obviously the stock price did agree with that, so a little bit of hindsight bias in there as well. But anyways, I think that's good for this company long term. Anyways, the last sentence of this article: while all these genetic medicine stocks are generously valued despite little in the way of revenue and startup losses, Intellia has trailed the market capitalizations enjoyed by the likes of CRISPR Therapeutics or NTLA. So that's basically reiterating some of my points. It is pricing in a lot of future growth at the current price levels if you're looking at it from a fundamental analysis perspective. However, it is cheaper than a lot of its peers, a lot of Cathie Wood's favorite picks. It is cheaper than. So for that reason, if you are bullish on the genomics industry, it's not a bad stock to get. And this leads into my next point, where we're looking at the ARK funds. Over the past week, you can see that they've actually decreased some of their shares. It went from 4.6 million to somewhere in the 4.5 million, so they didn't really change that much. And you can see from the ARK fund, they sold 4 million of this on June 16th. And on June 25th, they sold 1.6 million of it. So they were actually selling. I wonder why, but they were selling, so it's pretty obvious there. Then again, in the ARK Genomics Fund, they actually sold 686,000 of it on June 25th. So last Friday, they sold a bit, and that's also pretty interesting. However, it does make up about 1.5% of each of those portfolios, that being ARK and ARK-G. So my final thoughts on Intellia Therapeutics: I think it is a great stock in terms of what it's done for the genomics industry, and I can't wait for more news in terms of the genomics field, because genetic editing is no joke. That's pretty intense stuff, and it'll help cure a bunch of diseases and save a bunch of lives. in at least my life. So I think that is awesome, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And I have to own some of these companies. I own CRISPR and Intellia. I don't own this stock as of yet. Perhaps it's now on my radar since it is generously priced compared to some of its peers. So as soon as there's a pullback, I am going to be looking at this very closely. If there's no pullback, that's also fine with me. I'll have to wait for the price to stabilize, and then if it stabilizes at a good level and I think it's a good deal, then I'll definitely be getting in. Anyways, guys, if you are an early shareholder, definitely congratulate yourself because you did make a great move, especially if you did notice that this company was undervalued compared to its peers. So all in all, take this information as you will. None of this is a recommendation to buy or sell this stock, as I'm not a professional financial advisor and I cannot make that decision for you. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and did learn something. And if you learned something, I kindly ask that you leave me that like on the video, because liking the video is the #1 thing you can do to help me out, and I'm a small content creator on this platform, so definitely appreciate all the likes that I get. You guys don't go unnoticed. Leave a comment if you guys have any questions or concerns. And if you guys use those links in the description and pinned comment section, you can join our Discord or sign up for public, where you get up to $70 in free stock as long as you deposit $1. Guys, I enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Peace.